Hi, I'm Brandon. I love When Calls the Heart.
Hi, I'm Jax, and I like When Calls the Heart.
I'm Dan, and I despise When Calls the Heart, and this is the
Deck the Hallmark Podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast.
Brandon and friends host this podcast.
We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Hello, everybody. It's great to be back here today. Talking about When Calls the Heart. We're getting close to the end there.
Mm-hmm. We are 2/3
Can you
of the
smell
way done with this season.
Wow.
Not that any of us are counting. I think,
No.
and the progress we've made since episode 1, where Lucas is governor, we don't know who shot him. They're going to build a resort, but they've got some complications, and Nathan and Elizabeth haven't yet kissed. Since then to now, I just feel like if you looked at the show then and now, it's like measuring my kids up against the wall with a pin every year. You wouldn't even recognize this show now versus the problems we had all the way back in season in episode 1 of this season. We've done so much. Characters have gotten richer. They've moved and progressed forward. You get it.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Thanks for laying that out. That was beautiful. Jax, how was your Memorial Day? We talked about it yesterday.
Yeah, I know. Obviously, we did. Yeah.
How was it? Was it good?
It was a delight. It was, I celebrated both my nieces and Alex's birthdays, so that was fun.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was great, and I'm looking forward to a summer of fun in the sun.
Did
Maybe
you
I'll
do
finally
a
get a
collective
tan.
birthday party for all of them?
No, we did two separate parties, but I went to both.
I was like,
Yeah,
I
you did.
feel like some of that might be a little too young for Alex.
Did
I
Alex
think-
get like a smash cake at 9 in the
Yeah.
morning?
Oh, I'm so excited! I loved the smash cake.
Yes.
But
You were so excited about the next smash cake.
the next smash cake. Did you guys do smash cakes for your kids, or
Yeah,
are they actually
yeah.
a little too
I-
old
I
for the
know,
smash
listen,
cake? I didn't know when the smash
A
cake
smash cake
came.
is like
Yeah, it's big on the first
right.
birthday. Yeah.
first birthday smash cake. That's
birthday
it.
smash
Yeah.
cake.
And
Okay, I didn't know though if your kids were even too old for that, because I remember even in my early years of nannying, the smash cake wasn't really
Oh, no.
happening yet.
my kids had a smash
Okay.
cake, and then starting at 2, we've done pull apart cupcake cakes. So it looks like a cake, but and then you just let your kids have. I remember distinctly my children being 2 in high chairs, just jamming cupcakes in their mouth, and they couldn't believe they kept getting
I
cupcakes.
really want a cupcake.
Yeah.
I know
my
now,
kids-
I'm wanting-
My kids turned 8 this Saturday, my kids turned 8 last Saturday.
How was it?
It was amazing. Had a pull apart cake party at the old trampoline park. It was a blast. We had a lot of fun.
So
I wasn't
fun.
there.
No, you were going.
I'm in Florida. I came back.
Specifically, yeah, you went
Oh.
on vacation to avoid my kid's birthday.
I
party.
did, but now I just really want cupcakes.
Well, you could have had as many as you wanted if you'd been there on Saturday.
I
So-
just texted my wife and said I really want cupcakes. I don't know what she's gonna do about it, but
I love that you were like, I really want cupcakes. This seems like a Caitlin problem.
it just
Yeah,
it just seems
figure it out.
like I don't know. She makes really good cupcakes, and I don't know how to do that.
Like homemade cupcakes.
Yeah. She makes good cupcakes.
Oh.
Man,
She makes good cupcakes.
there you go.
Um,
I'm not a huge cake guy.
answer
Doesn't do
me,
much.
and maybe I'll.
Love a
Okay, so I
brownie,
didn't
though.
answer a question. Okay, I see
Perfect.
what's going on here.
She asked
Well,
you a question.
I love that for
You
her.
didn't answer her question. You ignored that.
Caitlin asked you what I'm assuming was an important question. You didn't answer that, and then you tell your wife that you want some
That
cupcakes.
stings, buddy.
Yeah, I didn't see it because it came in.
That is, you are every sitcom husband.
But I just
You are
figured
like Kevin James and Ray Romano. You're all of them. You're all of those just doofuses without 2 brain cells to rub
charming.
together.
That's all-
Cupcakes, yeah. Oh,
I did
Marie.
answer, and now she said I got you, boo. So
Great.
everything's good.
Great.
Getting cupcakes tonight, guys. Yeah, cupcake. Give me a cupcake. Ah, my wife's the best. She's the best.
Brand, I want to give you a smash cake.
Yeah.
Bramble Fest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is what I have to work with.
yeah,
Believe it.
No.
yeah. Shall we talk about When Calls the Heart, season 11, episode 8, called
Get out of here, cowboy.
Jax?
Retribution.
Yeah.
Ooh, no. It's brother.
Forgiveness is a dish best served with a warm heart.
That's a long title. It's Brother's Keeper.
Mm.
That makes sense.
Brother's
Yeah.
Keeper. It originally aired on May 26, 2024. It went a little something like this. Tom is still sad. He's sitting in Elizabeth's backyard.
Who's Tom again?
It's Jack's brother. That's a good question. People might be coming in and might be confused. She comforts him, not confronts him. Why are you sad? She comforts him, and just then Nathan shows up and tells them that Sweeney, the guy who was a real con man there, is in custody. And the good news is they got all the Hope Valley money back.
Yeah, they did.
The bad news
Caught him in time.
is the other two towns,
He only did
Benson
this to 2
Hills
towns.
and
Yeah.
Strawberry
Strawberry Farms.
Farms. Their money's gone. He's a gambler, and he gambled all the money away. Nathan explains to Elizabeth there is a chance that Tom's going to have to be arrested. Accessory to the crime. They'll figure it out. Rosemary and Lee are talking about their day, and Rosemary is like, how's the band going, Lee? And Lee's like, blah, 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 blah. That was just for listeners that deck the Hallmark. That was just for you guys.
And just the ones that care about the drum.
That's
from
right.
Last week.
Rosemary and Lee are talking about their day, and Rosemary explains that Pike is going to be rolling into town.
Yeah,
Nathan made it happen. He
now
pulled.
we're going to get some answers.
That's exactly right, and they're hoping to interview him. This is news to Lee. He's not so sure about this. He's like, you sure about this? She's like, yeah, Lee. Just then, there's another emergency choir meeting where Tom tells everybody about what happened, that they're all going to get their money back, but it's not great for everybody else. And so they agree they need to do something. Mm-hmm. We got to put our heads together. Help me. What's hurting?
What if we put on a show?
What's hurting our neighbors is hurting us.
That's right. Save the max.
That's exactly. Save the max. They decide they're going to do a fundraiser, a big choir in the valley where the heat is on, and we'll do a big fundraiser, and everybody will get their money back.
Hope Valley.
As they're talking about this, Frickham's sister, co-mayor, walks up and finds out that there's the choir has lost the money, and she's like, "Nathan, throw him in jail." And they're like, we're going to raise the money. And then if he doesn't raise the money, then we'll throw him in jail. So, listen, there's only so much he can do.
That's right.
Really. He's got to follow the law.
He puts incarceration up to a contest.
Yes. And I think we should do more of that.
And that's in the same episode where we find out they changed the name of the Mounties to the Mounted Police.
Yeah.
Interesting. Fascinating.
Wow. Yeah. That does happen. Thanks. I didn't put it in here. Pike gets into town and they go to talk to him. And Rosemary says, "Hey, buddy boy, I think that you were paid to take the fall and help your mom pay for her hip because she's hip. All they want to know
You hip?
is who paid you? Who paid you?" And he just lays down in his bed and looks sad. Guess who's coming into town? Jacob.
James Brolin.
Jacob.
The judge.
Jacob, who is Joseph's brother.
Joseph's
finally,
brother.
it's finally
Joseph's brother.
happening.
Yes.
We're 8 episodes in. It's finally happening. And he comes in and sees the kids, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, it's Uncle Jacob. This is amazing." But when Jacob says he's only going to stay if Joseph finally apologizes, Joseph once again doubles down and says, "I don't know what to apologize for." And he says, if I have to explain it, you're never going to know. So I'm out of here. He walks out. Minnie runs after him, tries to convince him to stay. He's not so sure. Joseph goes to give this some thought. And luckily for him, Gowan is there to teach the pastor about forgiveness.
Yep. Classic.
The guy who killed everyone, he's going to teach the pastor about forgiveness. Lucas goes to talk to Pike. Off the books, of course. He tells the Mounties, "Scram, I'm the governor. I'm going to talk to this guy in the middle of the night."
Off the books.
And he says, "Hey, I got a question for you.
You want to build a snowman?
Why?" And he says, "If I tell you, I'm a dead man." So that's pretty serious. It's time for the festival, and it is popping. Folks are there. They are singing. It is a rip-roaring good time. Tom tells Nathan that he approves of him and Elizabeth. Didn't know that he needed to do that, but he did, and that's nice. As they're taking Pike away again, he tells them to drop this, or else it's not going to be good for anybody. You don't know the man you're messing with.
That's right, Nathan. That's right. What?
But Nathan,
oh my
he's saying
gosh!
it to Nathan.
He's saying it to
Well, Nathan's right there.
right
though.
there. Nathan's right there, escorting him into the car, and he looks right past Nathan and says,
Oh wow! You saw his eye line?
"Yeah,
Wow.
yeah." I was clocking his eye line.
You were. I always say that Dan's really good at one thing.
Eye line,
he clocks
man.
an eye line. That's exactly right. So Joseph is still there, and I'm sorry, Jacob is still there, and Joseph finally apologized to him, but Jacob is not satisfied by this. He says, "Hey, man, you stopped singing with me when you met Winnie, and that made me sad. We sang a lot, and now we don't.
You met your girl, and
You
you're
met
like,
your
I
girl
can't
and you
sing with you
Sing
anymore.
with you. And you know what? This just isn't enough.
Don't
This
make me
isn't enough for
sing.
me. They've raised some good money, but they're still about $100 short. Lucas walks in and says, I just found out
Oh, the governor's cultural fund?
Governor's Cultural
Thank
Fund
God.
exists, and it exists for just this purpose. And so here's $100. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Tom's not going to get arrested. That's wonderful. It's time for the choir to sing. And Jacob comes on stage and joins them, and they sing Amazing Grace. Joseph and Jacob together again, singing about the good Lord. Afterwards, Jacob and Joseph make up. They eat a good meal together, and maybe that's the end of it. I don't know. 8-episode arc, that's the end of it. Gowan finds out that Lucas called Montague at the end of last episode. And he's like, man, that's a big mistake, bro. And he explained, Lucas was like, here's the thing, man. The oil's done. Oil's done.
My favorite plot point in the history of the
And
show.
so if I will do whatever I have to do to make sure this resort happens. And Gowan says, well, can I remind you that we do have a bid
Secretary of
from
State.
your Southern Booth thing? And he says, don't talk about her. I told you anyone else, including Montague, would be a better choice than my Southern Booth thing.
That's right.
That's pretty serious stuff. Elizabeth, everybody's dancing and having a good time. Elizabeth looks over. Nathan's being a little goober, kind of like getting swatting tree branches out of his eyes. It's cute. Tom's like, go get him, Tiger. So she does go get him because it's the 20s. And they start to dance with each other, and they're staring at each other as
And
one
they
would
kiss.
right before they kiss. And fade to black. That's the end of the episode. And that, my friends, was When Calls the Heart, Season 11, Episode 8, Brothers Keeper.
Cowboy.
Let's take a quick break.
We
We'll
did
come
it.
back. We will break this episode down here on
Deck the
Deck the Hallmark. You
Where
came
were
so
you?
fast.
No,
You
that was
came so
perfect.
fast. It's too fast. Too furious. Welcome back, you little boogers. Coming back for more.
Little boogers.
Little boogers.
What is wrong with you?
I don't like a little
You
boogers.
get excited about cake, and then you just lose every
I forgot about the cupcakes. Oh my gosh. Oh, you little boogers. Let's talk about Brothers Keeper. Promise Keeper. Light in the dark. When Calls the Heart, Season 11, Episode 8. Let's break it down. We're going to start with the hot take. And I'm going to start with Jax. Jax, what'd you think of Brothers Keeper?
So this could also be for reasons that emotions and feelings that this episode brought up in me, which we will get to in all the feels. But this was my favorite episode of the season. I knew poor Dan was going to look like he was in pain, but it was. Here's the thing: is Hope Valley already, and When Calls the Heart, already overstuffed with too many characters that we don't have enough time to cover their storylines, and these excellent actors in some ways aren't getting to flex their talents? Yes, but I actually am really enjoying the other characters and actors they're bringing in. Maisie is still cracking me up. And let's talk about Jerome Bell, who plays Jacob in this episode.
Hallmark staple, Jerome Bell. Yes.
A Hallmark staple. I want to go ahead and say, I hope I'm not overstepping here, but we had an innocent flirtation on Instagram a few years ago.
Oh my
And I've thought about it ever since.
gosh.
Innocent flirtation.
flirtation.
Innocent
Saw 'em live, by the
flirtation.
way.
With Jerome Bell.
Really good.
Yeah. Featuring Jerome Bell. I did see them live.
What was it? Like, what does that mean?
Yeah, walk us through it. You can't say it and then not walk us through it.
Here's what happened. I hope this is years ago. This is years ago. He was on the Bubbly Sesh and he was messaging
What's
the
that?
Bubbly
The Bubbly Sesh?
What's that?
It's a show that actually all the episodes are gone now and the Instagram has been pretty much wiped clean. So there's basically
Head over to bubblysesh.com for more info.
Head over to Bubbly Sesh. Yeah.
Archives are there.
But he had said something about me being cute in the Bubbly Sesh DMs, and I didn't see it because I wasn't looking in the Bubbly Sesh DMs. And then I found it eventually and messaged him and was like, "Oh, thank you so much!" Like right back at you. So that was our little.
And that was
innocent
it. Did he respond to that, or was that was the end of it?
I think he did. I mean, I could go through.
You got it? Yeah. Man.
Yeah, let actually it's probably a lot. It's probably like either non-existent or
there's like
worse
pages and pages of back and forth.
It's complete. Let me
I can't wait for you to find this message and it turns out he wasn't talking about you.
Oh no,
it's all out of context.
Oh no, okay, let's see. Going back.
How much have you been talking? Okay, here we go.
It's June 13th, 2020.
Oh boy.
Okay, right.
And I write to him and I will say,
think of the Rona.
I will. Yes. I say I will be flying high on the cute as hell comment from now until forever. Let's get homework to put us in a movie together. That was so much fun today. Thank you. And he wrote back, "You really are, though. Thanks for giving me the most relaxed interview I've ever had. Kudos, Missy."
Ooh, boy.
Like, I do think it's okay to say this on the podcast.
Oh,
Kudos, Missy.
And the thing is we would never take this and post it on social media. And
we would never, like, Lee Hodo would never, like, just clip it to where it would just be reading and then tag him.
No,
we wouldn't do that. Not on this program. We're here to watch When Calls the Heart, not for hijinks and shenanigans.
No, not even a little bit. I feel like I'm gonna have to message him to give him a heads up that this conversation happened. But what I do want to say, he and Viv Leacock, their scene in this episode where they're talking about their feelings. This is something I never thought I would see on When Calls the Heart. Two black men who can act the crap out of a scene, having this amazing dialogue. Like, I just did not think this would happen in When Calls the Heart, which was like the most whitewashed show. Sometimes like didn't give me the substance I wanted. I thought this scene was incredible and I just loved it. So like this is what made this episode like top notch for me. My favorite of the season.
I think this is, I'm not even going to say it.
Wow.
Please do.
No, I just think what you said is like, I get it. It's not fair for me to say the show can be one or the other, but in my very binary mind, we can have this Hope Valley or we can have the Time's Up Hope Valley. We either have to live in this world where it all works and all the races are together and we treat people well with respect, and when there's something wrong, we fix it, or we can have a real world Hope Valley where things happen and there is misogyny and chauvinism and I know that that's not fair of me. It just isn't fair of me because I think this show really is just designed to give people what they want or need in any given week. So I get that. For me, that's the tone deaf part of it. Part of it, not all of it, but part of it. So I get it though. What you said was great. I don't disagree with that.
I liked it. I liked this episode. I did feel like it was, it felt almost like a two-parter. Back in the day when they would do two-parters.
Yeah.
Felt like a two-parter.
It did.
Like we got a nice
like couplets.
A little, just a quick little arc. Tom thing done. It's great. So that was a nice little continuation, a two-parter.
Was it a two-parter? It
was a two-parter. And so I like that. I still just have questions about the legality of requesting Pike be brought into Hope Valley. by Nathan.
I want to be clear.
What's your thought there? Why would Nathan do that if he's the killer?
First of all, he was already being transferred. We don't know why he was being transferred. Nathan didn't call up and go, can you bring the prisoner here? He rerouted the transfer. So the prisoner, Pike, was already supposed to be on the move. I don't know why.
Okay.
But he was. And Nathan was like, this is easy. I can reroute the transfer. So he's the shooter because he's making
what
sure.
What does that mean? I can reroute it? Like,
it doesn't mean anything. It's like Bill Avery calling up and getting whatever file he wants. It doesn't make any sense at all. But that's what he did. Now, remember, Pike didn't see the actual shooter. Pike was paid to take the fall, act hurt, be indignant. Right. He was paid to take the fall. So having Pike come in just makes Nathan look more innocent. It's exactly what a good murderer would do.
Interesting.
Doing the best I can here, guys.
Not no.
Dan?
Yeah, this is kind of rock bottom. Every season of When Calls the Heart.
Come on, this wasn't a bad episode.
Well, yeah, no, I disagree. This was rock bottom for me. This is my least favorite, and I'll tell you why it's my least favorite is because we set from the beginning, we have all agreed the three major tent poles of this season were the resort, Nathan and Elizabeth, and what's the other one? I've already forgotten it. What's the other one? Who shot Lucas? And for the life of me, why doesn't When Calls the Heart just make an HBO Max 6-episode season? If you're going to do this for 8 straight episodes and literally have characters go nowhere and do nothing, you may as well just cut all that fat out of there and get us to where the plot progress. Because we're going to get a little bit of progression here in the last 3 episodes. There's going to be something in episode, I'm going to guess 10. Where Bran's going to be like, it's bad. This is good. If they do this. And then by 12, he's going to be back on board. Why not just make episodes 1, 2, and 3, and then make episodes 10, 11, 12, and everybody still gets to be on the show, and they moved. I'm not asking for it to be at Bridgerton pace, like you said. Was that last week?
That was last week, yeah.
I'm not asking for that. I'm just asking that it moves forward. And yes, we have some pleasant distractions. I have all kinds of problems with the brother subplot, but I get it. I thought it was well acted. And then they're singing Amazing Grace. One of them's lip syncing, neither here nor there. Like, they're singing Amazing Grace, and then you've got Tom coming into town, and people haven't seen him in a while. So you've got some distractions, but make no mistake, for the first time in a while, we had some like legitimate questions. And they just they're not interested in those right now. Let's just wait till the end for that. And then we have a talent show. Then you just tack on the town of Hope Valley using their very amateur talents to raise money. It's a party planning talent show, Bran. Sure. On top of the fact the show's spinning its wheels.
I do like a talent show.
So I really, really like felt my age here.
Did you ever perform at a talent show, Jax?
Oh, honey, yeah. Of course, I've won talent shows, baby.
I've won talent shows. Thank you.
Please. The Anthracite Citizens Theater talent show. Wow, I don't want to brag.
Wait until Jerome Bell finds out about that.
And I can't believe that you forgot about that one.
You guys have done talent shows, right?
I never did a talent show, actually.
Really?
I know.
Please, you're both very talented.
Yeah, they weren't like... I feel like maybe at like a summer camp or something, but not like we didn't have.
I didn't need to. Everyone knew.
Yeah, that's true. Everyone, you're like doing Battle of the Bands.
Yeah, it's like whatever. Like who cares? But this is just another thing for me. Like,
you're so talented.
Yeah,
like why would you stoop to talent?
It's whatever.
Some of us didn't have anything else. Some of us didn't even start on the basketball team that their parents coached. Some of us needed to do other things.
Coach the basketball team.
Yeah, my parents coached the team. My sister was a star player, and they told me they couldn't start me because it would just seem like too much.
That's what it was.
That's what they.
We don't want to.
No, there's definitely.
We also want to win.
We also want to win.
I played 5 sports in high school, Jack. So I was on the opposite side of that. I bet I missed out on some fun talent shows, and I say that in all sincerity, not as a bit.
Oh, I love going to a talent show.
I would have gone if I could go back to high school. I would play fewer sports. There's no I would still play.
Really?
Yes. Absolutely. I would still 100% play basketball, but I would not be 5 sports in in 3 seasons like I did.
Wait, what were they?
I played baseball. I played tennis and golf. The seasons were at the same time, but I played both because I could start for both. And so the coaches were willing to let me do both. And then I ran cross country. And I would definitely not run cross country. I enjoyed tennis quite a bit. I probably would not play baseball or cross country or golf. I probably would have just played the other 2 and been like more well-rounded as an individual. I'm serious.
5 sports. Brand?
No.
You did basketball.
Nasty?
No, I didn't make the team.
He didn't make the team.
In middle school, and I gave up.
Oh, Bran,
Yeah.
and you love basketball.
Yeah. And my parents were the coaches. So
Yeah, and they cut him from the team. They're like, we heard some folks up in mine country in Pennsylvania have gone soft, and they've let their kid make the team even though they don't deserve it. We're cutting you.
Oh, Bran, we are just kindred spirits over here.
Yeah. We're talented in other ways.
Yeah, no, of course.
We had to find that.
We are.
Had to find that. It's time for all the feels. We were talking about what this episode gave us feels. Jackson, you talked a little bit about why you liked this episode. I assume that might have something to do with your feels.
Yes. So my grandma passed away in November. I really miss her. The last time that I talked to her on FaceTime, I sang Amazing Grace for her when I was at her bedside when she was passing away, which I was there for. I sang Amazing Grace for her. And then at the funeral, I sang Amazing Grace. And right before I watched this episode, I was like, oh, ma'am, I really miss you. Like, I was talking to myself out loud. I was like, please just like send me a sign that you're like looking at me. Boy. And so I just about lost my gosh darn mind. I know it's Amazing Grace. I know it's sung a lot, but I felt like I was just asking for a sign. And she's like, okay, girl, I'm here. So that I lost my ever-loving mind and could not stop crying. So for me, that was just a big feel that my man's still watching me and is letting me know through Winkle's That's
right. That's right.
You know what? I tell you, I feel bad that I told you that I hated this episode. That was such a great story.
But I also know enough to know that like the beauty of art, if we're calling this art, which sure, media, is that it can evoke things in us that actually are not maybe even related to the quality of said media.
Correct.
And I think that's the beautiful thing about like just engaging with, like I had the best time with you guys talking about this show.
I totally believe you can see a bad movie, but if you catch it at the right time in your life, it can be transformed into a very poignant, great movie.
It's like Chicken Little.
Like for you. It's like Chicken Little.
Like Chicken Little.
For me. Yeah. I would have normally hated it, but you
love that one.
I love that movie. That's right. Yeah.
Really. So I'll go with Jax. I didn't sing Amazing Grace at my grandma's funeral, but I did sing. So close enough.
I spoke at my grandma's
funeral.
funeral.
What did you sing?
I sang a song called "Beautiful Things," not the newer one, but a different one.
You sang "Beautiful" by James Blunt.
Yeah.
Did you hold it together, Bran, or were you crying?
I held it together. Yeah.
I spoke at my grandma's funeral, and I love to speak extemporaneously without manuscript notes, but I wrote it all down because I knew if I didn't, I would just lose it. And then second to last paragraph, I had to take a long breather there, and then I made it. I powered through and made it, and
it's because
were you like gripping the podium when you took the breath?
I have to have a cold drink with me all the time, and I think that part of that is me like wanting to stay hydrated, but another part of that of me is it's kind of like my like security blanket. Like I don't know, if ever I feel like I'm off track or something, I just take a drink of water and I just kind of reset.
It's because you are a tall.
Now we're in therapy, which is cool. Awesome.
Shout out to grandmas everywhere, though.
Shout out to grandmas everywhere. Wildly enough, I also, maybe it's because I didn't want to watch the episode, but the mayor of Benson Hills, the co-mayor now of the town, is named Maisie, and I had an aunt, Maisie Gray. I try to say goodbye,
and I choke.
So I guess I just was trying to think about anything else other than when
Guys,
calls to heart.
if you have a spare moment, go on YouTube, type in Take the Day Off, Cherry's Jubilee Day. And
you
just
will find
enjoy.
yourself
Dan and I
some
used to do a little
great
show
Macy
called
Gray impressions.
Dan and I used to do a little show called Take the Day Off, and Cherry's Jubilee Day
Gets away from us in a hurry.
Is one of my favorites.
20 minutes. You won't want it back, I promise. My Aunt Maisie was my grandma's sister, and she was the funniest human being.
Interesting.
So funny. Had just such an infectious laugh. And I just had this weird memory, which is weird that you told that story. And it's not nearly as sentimental, but I had this memory of my Aunt Maisie got real sick and couldn't come to a lot of Christmases later on and passed away a lot younger than my grandma. But my grandmother would still give all of the grandkids cash in an envelope and sign it Aunt Maisie. So she would still get the money out and put it in, and you could see it was her handwriting, but she just was like, you need to know Aunt Maisie's thinking about you. And I had not thought about my Aunt Maisie in a long time. So there you go.
Sweet.
We really did it this week.
Shout out to grandmas.
We really did.
That's right.
Guys, we really did it.
You guys hear about the new Grandma McFlurry?
Nope, I haven't.
Yeah, it's got like butterscotch in it and like little crumbs from Grandma's
Are you
purse.
making stuff up right now?
Oh, no.
If you had watched SNL, you would know.
Okay.
It is a weird press release. I don't really know, like.
Oh, it's a real thing. It wasn't just a sketch.
Grandma's
no,
purse
it's real.
McFlurry.
Yeah, it's Grandma's McFlurry flavor, and it's got a cute little cup. And like, scroll down just a little bit. The Grandma's McFlurry tastes like a trip down memory lane, and we're excited to give our fans a new experience while honoring the grandma figure in all of our lives. I don't know who asked for it.
Nobody.
Exactly. But it's like, digging a spoon into Grandma's purse. Butter pecan, butterscotch, strawberry, and even peppermint are among some of the most popular flavor guesses for the new McFlurry. So no one really knows what it is. But I've heard it's basically butterscotch, right?
Some Werther's original in there, some caramel. Yeah, gotta be.
Look at that.
Wow.
I don't know, it's just really random, but good for him.
Yeah,
Good for him. Not sponsored. We'll be right back here on Deck the Hallmark.
Promo code DECK at McDonald's.
Nice, son. I got a discount. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I want cupcakes. I want French fries.
Me too, and a Coke.
Mm.
Oh my gosh, we're going to
Always down.
McDonald's. Let's go. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Promo code DECK.
It's time for Wait What. It's where we're talking about what in this episode made us go, wait, what? Jax?
It sounded like Allie's voice was dubbed when she was singing, and it sounded like Regina Spektor, and I was completely in on it because I love Regina Spektor, but did anyone think that was not Allie's voice?
No, I mean, it was good. It was good.
The singing
It was
was
good.
astonishingly good by a lot of people in this episode.
She's the only one that I thought, I don't think that's her.
I don't know. Like, I have no reason to.
And that's not anything against the actor. I just didn't, it didn't sound like her to me, but
That's fair.
Could be.
It wouldn't
What-
surprise me if she could sing. You know, she's probably a talented little actor who can sing probably.
Absolutely.
So, I assume that all kid actors also sing on the side. You know, they're all trained.
I think I was just like, that's Regina Spektor.
Yeah.
And
It
I
was
couldn't get
really
out of my
good.
head for
It
the rest
was
of the
really
episode.
Shout out Regina Spektor. I know
Yeah.
what I'm listening to later.
Oh, so
Some
good.
cupcake
Well, you eat some
and-
French
Oh my
fries and
gosh.
cupcakes. Yep.
Yo, is it heaven? I'm sitting down listening to Regina Spektor eating a cupcake with some French fries with my friends. Oh my gosh, that's the best.
Bramble
day.
Fest.
Yo,
Oh, Bramblefest, yeah.
We'll have a room. It's
the
just
cupcake
French
Regina
fries
Spektor
and
room.
Regina Spektor's playing. I don't know who it's for aside from us, Jax, but we'll have a great time.
It's us.
We'll just kind of
We'll call it the green room. That's what we call it, yeah.
We'll cry about our grandmas. It'll be great.
But this is exactly what needs. I think we'll get a lot of people in that room.
Yeah. Was that it? Was that your one that you bring for the week?
Yeah, and you're going to let us take the rest
That's
of
my
them?
one that I brought for the
that's
week.
right.
Other than that, flawless.
Flawless episode. So I guess I don't know what this festival is.
It's the Voices of
It's
the
the
Valley.
Voices of the Valley, but there's also a lot of people that don't live in Hope Valley there. I'm assuming, because I thought we knew
Yeah.
all the people of color in town, and all of a sudden there's so many.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they heard, if people heard, hey, Jacob's coming into town. Will everybody is going to come into town? I don't know what happened. But there's a lot of people at the festival that's not. I've never seen them before.
Yeah.
There were more extras on this episode than I've seen in a long time.
Yep.
And so, do you know what the festival was, Jax? Did you have a good handle on it?
Maybe Benson Hills was there too.
Yeah. I guess they invited all of the people that got scammed, and is that just
Well, that was my thought too, but then Dan was
It
like,
was
but it's called
confusing.
Voices of the Valley.
It's
And
not called
the
Voices of the Hill. The hills are alive with sound of music. It's called Voices of the Valley.
I'm gonna say I think we've given it more thought than they did.
No.
Fair enough.
No.
Fair
that
enough.
can't be true.
At the end, though, when the Hope Valley Choir is on stage, Cooper's there, not singing,
Not singing.
not
Actively
even.
mouth closed.
Cooper's sitting down, just being like, "Man, this is a good time. This is like the
Am I on
vibes
stage?
are great." I'm so happy my uncle's on stage.
Wish I knew the words to Amazing
I don't
Grace.
know
Sounds
them.
like a banger.
This song's great. This song is awesome. Like it's like he walked up there and then was like, "Uh oh." Did his uncle come up and take his place? Like, I just gotta sit down.
No, he's in the back there, just stare him.
No, but is that why he's not singing?
Yeah.
Like, hey, we can only have so many people singing, like, because your voices will get lost. So he's gonna come in. I'll tag in, you tag out, but you can stay on stage. It's nice. Also, at the end, when they finally sit down and have a meal together, they're wearing the same outfit, and I don't know why they are, but they're wearing the same outfit, and that's how you know they're brothers.
That's right.
People, that's the
right. My
universal
brother and
sign
I
for
still dress
the
alike.
same
Yes,
exact,
all the time.
same exact.
Yeah.
And so, what is there any other way, guys? Is there any other way we could show people that they're brothers? Put them in the same clothes,
Yeah, I
put them in the same
that'll give it
outfit.
away.
That would do it. I found that to be funny. That's it, Dan.
I just found it so coincidental that this decades-long rift between these brothers happened to be about singing. I mean, even in this show, what are the?
I gotta be honest. I was pretty underwhelmed by what the riff was.
Yeah,
about. Weren't you
yeah.
pretty underwhelmed, Jax? After all of this talk.
Yeah, I was like, how are they going to get us out of this one?
Yeah.
Like the whole thing that they were like, I'm not even going to tell you why I'm mad at you. And it was like, what is it going to be?
Yeah.
So I thought it was the only way that we could get out of it, honestly. But they they painted themselves into a corner.
I don't blame Joseph for not knowing that would be the thing.
But I do have a point there.
Sure.
The pastor of the church looks at his own brother and says, I can't apologize until you tell me what I should be apologizing for. That is fundamentally not true. The fact that Gowan, the guy that murdered all the miners, has to explain to Joseph how to empathize with someone and how the impact of your actions is more important than the intent of your actions is absurd.
Ooh.
It's absurd. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'll just preach a little bit for you right now. If you watched that scene and went, nah, Joseph shouldn't apologize, there's someone you need to apologize to. Right now, there's someone that you've done wrong, and since it's not been spelled out for you, if it's not been spelled out for you, you feel like you're off the hook. That's just not how it works. If someone's hurt, even if you feel like you're in the right, you still do the right thing. You go to them and you go, it's clear something I've done has hurt you, and that's not okay, and I apologize. That is just 101 of apologies. Are you kidding me right now? The pastor doesn't understand that impact over intent. The pastor doesn't understand it.
Is anybody in need of forgiveness today, though? Is anybody in need of forgiveness? Let me see that
Brand's
hand.
gonna sing one more stanza. If there's somebody that needs to apologize.
That's
we gotta get
my heart.
Oh, man.
We're doing
so
good.
good.
It was good.
Yeah, so that was kind of a bummer that the pastor's bad at pastoring and Bible reading.
You all have our blind spots. This is a basic tenet of the gospel.
The guy preaching the gospel, his blind spot is the gospel.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Dude, nice gospel joke there.
Yeah, thank you. Here's the yeah, sure did.
I sure did.
Yeah, we all did. Here's the thing. This fundraiser, the Valley of the Voice, or the Voices of the Valley, is trying to raise money. And do you know where they could have found some money?
Your butt.
In the got him. They could have definitely also found money in the Voices of the Valley sign they created with no less than 30 tiny incandescent light bulbs around it in 1920. Maybe.
Thank you so much.
No sign, and you have the money.
Yeah.
That was for inside. That wasn't the big sign out front. That was for the inside. Maybe that's how you could have helped out there. I'm going to go ahead and call it. I tried not to be this guy, but I'm going to go ahead and call it. Lucas is the most corrupt governor in the history of governors.
Wow.
Look it up. And I'm including like all the bad governors everywhere in that. Number one.
Guys, I just got an email from McDonald's that says, try our new Sweet McFlurry.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, this
For real?
episode.
Kid you not.
Man,
Right now.
God is good all the time.
Grandma's McFlurry, Skip Nana's Candy Bowl.
What's in it? What? Skip Nana's candy bowl.
It's creamy vanilla soft serve made
Okay.
with crunchy chopped candy pieces.
What kind of candy?
Candy pieces.
Okay. Great. Lucas is the most corrupt governor in the history of governors. He's still in Hope Valley. He's trying to build a resort for just Hope Valley. And then he decides to appropriate government funds to pay a debt of someone in Hope Valley. Dude, just for 2 seconds, try to act like there's an entire world out there aside from Hope Valley. The fact that you can't do it, I just can't believe it. And then last but not least, Bran brought it up. Bran, are you still with us? Or are you just locked in on the McFlurry?
There was it said in the email, there's a live poll in the app, which I have. So I opened it up. Grandma poll. How would your grandma say she loves you? A, long hugs. B, sneaking me McD's money. C, staring at me while I eat.
No, look.
Who made this poll? Long hugs.
My grandma loved to order pizza for my brother and I. It was like the highlight for her.
47% said long hugs. 12% of people said staring at me while I eat.
Yeah, that was a big deal.
Staring at you?
My grandma lived to tell me to slow down eating pizza. Like she literally would be like, slow down. It's not going anywhere. And that was just for her. It wasn't for me because I wasn't slowing down.
This is so sneaky. After I
Just not
answered
slowing down.
that one question, I say next question. It says, unlock the rest after you get your grandma McFlurry.
Mm.
Yo!
That's
So you didn't want a grandma McFlurry, but now that you get more questions,
Yeah, man.
dude, you are so cool.
Thank you.
I'll say it. Lucas's trump card when deciding to use bad money to build this resort is the oil company just declared bankruptcy. If an oil company in 1920 in North America cannot make it, then it is the apocalypse. It is done. We are all done. We don't have any like the whole world, zombies are alive. It is the ultimate. The country's never used more oil. The economy's never been better. We've just finished a war. If oil companies are filing for bankruptcy in 1920, we're all in big, 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 big trouble. Read a book, guys. Read a book. That's all I got.
That's right.
It's time for Hopes and Valleys, where we're talking about what gave us hope for the future and or is bumming us out. Jax?
I'm hopeful that after seeing this really beautiful, dare I say, sensual dance between Elizabeth and Nathan, that we might actually get that kiss in the penultimate episode.
Stop it.
We could have had it. Why not have it now? They even, I for a split second, I thought maybe we were going to, because Tom's like, it's the 20s, go get him. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, is she just going to kiss him while she's at it? But no, it's just a.
Do you think we're going to see tongue when we see the kiss?
I hope so.
Open mouth at least, right?
This is the thing. This is how much time we've had to prepare ourselves for a kiss between two 40-year-old people.
That's right.
In 1820, they're moving slow.
Was there a tongue with Lucas there on the bridge? I don't remember.
There was she picks him at the end of that season.
When she runs
because there was a whole thing where all Team Nathan was like, Elizabeth's a whore dressing like that and kissing people the way she did.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, I'm sure they won't be upset this time though. I'm sure they won't. Sure they'll love every second of it.
Yeah.
And I will too. We will all.
We will.
Yeah, no, of course we will. If he's not the shooter.
Is that your hope?
obviously.
Your hope is that we'll see tongue?
Yeah, my valley is that I think it's going to be the finale.
Oh.
So it's still in that same realm.
I'm concerned about Pike. This guy seems real shook. He seems very concerned about whomever was the person responsible for this, whether it be Nathan or otherwise.
Nathan, yes.
My hope and my valley simultaneously is that Pike's going to die. So the Pike's going to get murdered. Obviously, that'd be. I hope it happens because it'd be really cool.
That
good action.
sounds like what you're describing is a better show.
Yeah. But like, what if it did? I mean, obviously, bummed. We just met Mommy Pike, and so like, I feel like a little bit. I feel like a little bit like I invested in her, but it'd be great. Let's kill him. And I will say this: if he does, then it's got to be Nathan. Nathan saw this guy, could kind of see the fear in his eyes. Maybe he's actually going to give in. I got to make sure.
Yeah,
I got to seal the deal here.
Oh yeah, if Nathan's killing him,
because no one else has seen the
Oof.
fear in the eyes of Pike aside from Nathan.
You said it, man. You said it. You know how like that story where your parents are like, I walked to school uphill both ways. That's like me with valleys. It's all valleys.
Okay.
It's just a valley that goes to a valley. Like I don't know how geometrically or physically it works, but that's where I am.
How'd you get up to start walking?
Listen,
down
you don't ask questions
Okay.
when it's all valleys. You just ride through it, and then we'll be done. We'll be done.
I don't know if that answers it, but I'll take it.
Yeah. That's my answer.
Do we have a What's Calling My Heart down?
Yeah, we weirdly, producer Aaron Shea has emailed me 2 to read.
Okay.
What's going on,
Is that
Aaron?
allowed, Aaron? What's going on here? Is it a McFlurry thing?
No.
It could be McFlurry related. I believe it's a McFlurry flavor somewhere. But we just got a What's Calling My Heart in, and somebody went through the trouble of creating an email account just to email us a What's Calling My Heart.
Well, that sounds.
And
Okay.
I just felt like it was important to also
You think it
read.
needs to jump to the top?
All right, I'm going to read 2. I'll just read 2.
Oh,
Because we're going to read like one, and then we're going to read this funny one that just came in.
Okay, so we're reading
Got
2. Producer is an executive decision by the producer.
Thank you, producer Aaron.
Email is hello@deckthehallmark.com. Here's the thing: is we have so many.
Can be a McFlurry flavor.
Yeah, it's. I
can't wait.
We'll get there. This is from Tracy. What's calling my heart, guys? I want to say how much I laugh when I listen to your podcast, which is usually when I go for a walk. People probably think I'm crazy. Why is that lady so happy and walking? I mean, walking is probably a lot of reasons you could. If you see me out and about in Canada, yep, that's me. I don't really know why I love When Calls the Heart because it's true, nothing ever happens, but when it actually does, it's good. However, I'm with you all, and I don't want to do a whole season of love triangle stuff again. I just cannot. Please bring on the kiss. Thanks for all you do to bring laughter into the world. We all need it. I'm also a big fan of The Way Home, and even though I may not agree with everything you have to say, it's always entertaining. Tracy, a fan and listener from Ontario, Canada.
Woo!
Man.
Amazing.
I wonder if she knows the strawberries.
Oh, maybe.
Our second email that also has attached, can you please read a second email today, all caps from Aaron. This is from Tandy Takes.
Tandy Takes?
Tandy Takes, 57.
Okay.
What's calling my heart is the correct pronunciation. It's Reese's, Dan. Your Reese's Pieces can kick them up the ever-loving streets. All my love and respect, Tandy Takes. When Tandy spells it out phonetically, I still see Reese's. So, I mean, I think
she's trying to get us to say Reese's?
Reese's, like incorrectly?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, it's Reese's. Even she in her pronunciation, Tandy. Thanks, Tandy. I appreciate it. And I don't really like Reese's Pieces, so they can kick them up the road. I would rather have a Reese cup, a Reese medal, some sort of Reese flavored milkshake would work for me. Reese's Pieces are not any chocolate. It's just more peanut butter.
Yeah,
that doesn't really do much for me. Dude, I had the M&M, peanut butter M&Ms. They have a mega.
Yeah.
They have a mega M&Ms.
What do you mean?
It's more peanut butter in there
Where?
in the M&M,
Okay.
in the candy shell.
How do they do that without making
It's
it
dude,
bigger?
it's you just all valleys, but it's all peaks. It's unbelievable.
Wow.
We should go try them later.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Philo.tv/DTH.
Everyone, have a good day. Go get a cupcake. Listen to Regina Spektor. If your grandma's still alive, give her a call. If she's not, have a cry. And and just let it just live in this moment. And we'll be back tomorrow with another episode. Until then, maybe we're the first to wish you a
Merry Christmas.
Deck the Hallmark's a Bramble Jam podcast is produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.